To you. What's your second one, mate?
Thank you for sharing. Everyone hates the alarm clock, but I want to talk about resetting your brain's alarm clock and setting your rhythm. So we talked about regularity before, but there are a couple of different ways to help you establish that regularity when you wake up. And so what happens when you wake up, and you need to be in the mindset of telling your brain, hey, this is actually time to be awake, because that's what establishes that alarm clock in the brain, that routine where every day the brain goes and gets these cues and thinks, yes, this is when I need to be up. And there are a couple of really easy ways you can do this. The first one is exposure to light. Think about this, right? Think about this. When we were meant to wake up when we were in the savannah with a little loincloth running away from lions?
Hunter gatherer of lives, man.
Well, when the sun came up, right? When the light comes up.
For sure.
And so there's been quite a lot of studies around this, but exposure to sunlight, the moment you wake up and the period afterwards, tells your body and your brain, hey, we should be awake. And it actually helps you establish that body clock to be awake at that time. So what I'll do in the morning is when I get up, rather than lying around in bed or lazing around, my first thing to do is get up, get out of bed, and get outside. And that's how you establish that regularity, by setting that brain clock.
So much sense.
So that's the first way you can do it, which is pretty cool, pretty easy.
Yeah, so all these things, and I'm not tapping ourselves on the shoulder, but for people listening in, these, like, I'm hearing Sam's ones for the first time. I'm going to level with you with it, and they just seem so easy. Like, that's not a hard thing to do. Go get light.
Go get light.
Like, literally, go get light.
Literally go get light. And then the second implementation of this, which is just as easy, is just exercise in the morning. Exercise before 10 a.m. So what that actually does is it helps your entire neural circuitry and your CNS to wake up, but also sends a signal to your brain that as soon as you wake up and start walking, hey, this is when we're meant to be awake. It's almost like you're telling the brain, hey, by the way, every day at 8 a.m. I go for a walk, so I need to be ready for that period. And the brain says, thanks, Kieran. I'm going to remember that and make sure to wake you up by that time. So they did a lot of research around this, and they found that people who woke up in the morning and exercised before 7 a.m. or whatever your chronotype suggests actually slept better the next night because their brain was reset and set for that good sleep.
It's such a good point, and it feeds, as we spoke about, with regularity. It's like, yes, it's about sleep regularity, but also waking up regularity is super, super important. 100%. And those two things that you've spoken about, to set the day right makes so much sense to me, mate. Those are gems.
Yeah, like little things that I mean, if I wake up and go outside and walk for 30 minutes, the next night I sleep like a baby. I sleep like a baby, and I wake up the same time the next day. And then the days I don't do it, I notice I'm groggy. My body feels the word I'd use is out of whack, where you just don't feel like that routine's there. So I can tell you personally, it's worked for me. It's worked for me. No, outside of research, it's worked for me.